Oh, Canada, and welcome to the campus of the University of Western Ontario Alumni Stadium for this U14 championship game between the Quinte Skyhawks in white and the Guelph Gryphons in black with the red trim.
Calling the captains here, Ron. We're going to have Darren Stevenson joining you on the call here shortly. But while we're talking captains, had a great chat with Coach Jeff Cummings earlier this week. Top players on offense to watch for here, Ron. Number 94, Josh Cummings, completed 126 attempts for 2,221 yards and 20 touchdowns.
That's unreal.
Wow.
This kid can sling the rock.
Fraser Marthaler-Wallace, 31 catches, 753 yards, and 5 touchdowns. We'll get you their numbers here in a second. Defense for the Junior Gryphons, Maddox, McCallum, and Marcus Malone would be guys to watch out for. Dominic Weber's the kicker, and they're 8-1 on the season. If we're talking about the Quinte Skyhawks U14AA, top offensive players to watch for today, Trey Koch, Reese Cameron, Carlos Gutierrez, and Ryder Eddy. On the defensive side of things, Reese Cameron, Blake Kokonis, Grady Chapman, and Abel Harris. And our kicker today for the Quinte Skyhawks will be Zion DeWall. And in the, hey, is there anything else we need to know about your team for Quinte Skyhawks? They said small town with a big heart and a big team. So I think we're going to have quite the game here in this Sandy Ruckstuhl U14AA Cup game. The Guelph Junior Gryphons, super excited. The Quinte Skyhawks, super excited. And we're bringing it all to you live here on London Football TV in partnership with 519 Sports Online.
Yeah, these boys are, sorry, Adam, these boys are fired up. Both teams are fired up. I'm excited for this game. It should be an excellent football game. This is really the cream of the East and the cream of the West really coming to the top on this. Two teams that have absolutely dominated their divisions as the year's gone on. Quinte has won the toss and deferred. Guelph will receive the opening kickoff, so we get to see that high-flying offense for the Gryphons come out early in this game.
Yeah, and you know what? I was talking to Coach Jeff Cummings as well of the Guelph Junior Gryphons, and you know these boys have been pumped since last week, as they should be. It's been a long, hard-fought season, and here we are now for all the marbles here at Western, Ron, ready to rock and roll.
So I'm really excited about this. Look at Guelph as being the perennial power at the AA level for about 3 or 4 years now at the U16, the U18, and the U14 level. The U18s went up to the AAA level this year. Didn't quite fare so well, but we do have the U16s and the U14s in the championship games here as the next two, as we see the Quinte Skyhawks for our second time today. The first of two for the Guelph Gryphons, and we're about to kick things off here. Adam, take it away.
Well, it looks like kicker Zion DeWall should be ready to just crank this one deep. We got two guys at the 25-yard line ready to return this one. And I think we're just waiting for a whistle and the count and making sure everybody's good to go. Again, Sandy Ruckstuhl, U14 AA action live here on London Football TV. We'll get through this kick, and then we'll tell you what this QR code's all about on the screen, Ron. Dominic DeWall lets this one go. Bounces here down to about the 27-yard line, and we're going to pick this one up off the deck, get through the first couple tackles, and get her all the way up to about the 52-yard line here, Ron. And it looks like number 11 on the return for Guelph, and that's going to be Josh Cummings.
Yeah, Josh Cummings does a good job. Get the ball. Don't dance too much. Just get straight up field. Get as many yards as you can. You had a chance of taking it. I want to go back to this little thing right in the top corner here. That's the QR code. That is for the Mega Raffle Gold 50-50 draw. We want to see that hit $80,000 by half. So if you haven't bought a ticket, $10 for a chance of splitting that with your home club. You know, hey, $40,000 for you, and whatever the club sells, they get that other half.
To be fair, you can get 4 for $20. I mean, like, there's
even better.
exponential growth you can get here by buying more tickets for more dollars. It's magic. So 4x2, empty out early here for the Guelph Junior Gryphons. We're going to connect with number 4 here right around the numbers. He's going to grab about 5 yards, should bring up 2nd and 5.
You're going to see Guelph absolutely spread the ball around. This is what they like to do. They like to go 4 wide. They like to go 5 wide. They absolutely love to do this kind of stuff. And they're a very dynamic offense. Remember, we're at U14, so this is now 4-down football. And I'm going to bring in the big voice of 519 Sports, Darren Stevenson, to join us in the call.
Ron, what's happening?
Well, 2nd down here, jet sweep happening, taking it over the left-hand side. I believe it's number 38. It's turning the corner, penalty flags fly. Pushed out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Samuel Orchukwu on that play. He's been a pretty key contributor, Ron, for these Guelph Junior Gryphons during their playoff run. See, he gets out to the left side there. Good run for Sam, and he'll pick up a 1st down for the Gryphons.
Unfortunately, we got a holding call on the edge.
But we have a flag.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's going to be before or after yards gained. I think it's after yards gained, so they're going to spot it back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and it is going to be a 1st down for the Gryphons.
I just came from the field, Ron.
Yep.
The energy down there is electric.
Oh, yeah.
These parents are ready. They've been waiting all weekend. They've been watching the games on Friday night, all day Saturday, and now it is their moment in the London sun.
You know what? There's a couple games that when the schedule came out that we kind of looked at and we kind of circled. The last 2 games that we have today between Guelph and Quinte and Huronia and Guelph, I'm telling you right now that Huronia-Guelph game, that matchup, as the last one of the evening, that's kind of been my sneaky favorite pick of the weekend.
Let's hope it lives up to the excitement of last night. With the U18 AAA between Hamilton and Kingston, that was a heck of a ball game. If we get anything like that tonight in the U18 AA championship, boy, we're in for a doozy. Cummings in the shotgun. Josh Cummings, the quarterback for the U14 AA Guelph Junior Gryphons. He airs it out to the far side, and it's picked off there by the Quinte. What a play that is.
Wow.
One of the first passes from Cummings goes for an INT, and the Skyhawks will take over possession right around midfield.
Penalty flag on the field, though. Now, is this after the return, or what do we got going on here? Throws it up. Okay, it's after the return. So, high point the ball. Does a really good job. The Quinte defender does a good job. Pressure right up the middle. High point it. You're trying to hit your big receiver on the outside there.
And here's the thing we know about the Gryphons offense, Ron. They are going to go to the air.
Yeah.
They are a pass-first team. So that's not a great start for the Junior Gryphons, no doubt about it. But that's also on Josh Cummings to rebound from that, find his confidence right away, and be ready for the next series for the Junior Gryphons. Because you know as well as I do, they are going to go back to the air. That's how this team, the Junior Gryphons, are in this position.
The penalty is against the Quinte Skyhawks.
Okay.
So I'm still trying to wait to see. I think it's going to be post-possession. Yeah, it's post-possession where they're marking it. So Quinte's going to have the ball. Guelph's going to go on defense here.
Thankfully, we have Ron to decipher it all. Before, after the catch, but after the interception. Our football guru,
wow.
Ron. Where would we be without you?
Probably I'd be at a Chipotle at this point.
It is your second game of the day. Nothing like some good Chipotle.
It is my second game of the day. And this is 3 yesterday, 2 Friday, so this is number 7 for me.
So the Skyhawks with the ball here after the interception. It's an inside handoff up the middle. Maybe 3, maybe 4 as the Junior Gryphons defense comes in there to make the stop.
This is going to be a real contrast in style. Sometimes style makes the fight, so to speak. Quinte's going to want to run the ball. They can throw it,
yep,
but they want to establish the run. Where Guelph is that we want to establish the pass and run off of it. 2 very, very different styles here. Let's see which style play can dictate the pace of the game. And Guelph in that 3-3-6 again.
In the shotgun, Sammy Angove, the Skyhawks quarterback, hands it off once again. Like you said, it's going to be a run-heavy attack as he picks up another 3 or 4. Looks like it's going to come up to about 3rd and 2 here for the Skyhawks.
Just a straight run off tackle there. You got a good block coming out here. He seals it up. And again, nice tackle from the linebacker coming across. Look at, you saw the 2 defenders coming off the edge here. This is what's so hard to prepare for this defense. Guelph plays a very unique defense. It's like a 3-3-3. It's a 3-3 stack where they like to stack players on top of each other. Although right now there looks more like a 53 look with everybody up. You just don't know who's coming.
3rd straight time they will go to the ground, and this time it is stuffed by the Junior Gryphons defense. Nowhere to go on that 3rd and 2 as they swallow up the running back.
Yeah, number 23, the ball carrier, nowhere to go this time. You kind of saw 8, 9 guys up by the line of scrimmage showing all this pressure. And again, you don't know which one of them is coming and which one of them is staying home. It's so hard to pick up on as we have a 4th down now for Quinte, and we imagine we're going to see the punt team coming out.
So nothing comes of that first interception. Nothing comes of that first turnover. The Junior Gryphons defense holds here, keeping us scoreless with 7:36 and time ticking here in the first quarter of the Sandy Ruckstuhl U14AA championship.
Onside man.
Skyhawks sent to punt it away.
Good high punt.
On the near side here, Gryphons with the return, looking for room, but the Skyhawks there near midfield, and the Gryphons will come back out on offense near midfield here, almost midway through the first quarter. Still zeros on the board here at Western Alumni Stadium. You said, Ron, you wanted that number in the top left corner of your screen to get to 80,000. This man has a telestrator, and he is circling it on your television set, on your laptop, or on your phone, wherever you're watching today here on London Football TV. Do it one more time, Ron. Make the people see it.
You got to scan that right up in there, guys.
Let's get to $80,000.
Let's try to get those $80,000.
That is 50-50. Scan that QR code, and the winning number will be drawn later today, likely in the U18AA game, which follows this one here at Western. Josh Cummings back in the shotgun again, as usual, going back to the air to the near side. There's Grady Galloway, and he picks up 4 or 5. So a short pass there going to the shorter aerial attack, Ron, as opposed to the last series where they went a little bit deeper.
Well, I kind of like, let's settle down our quarterback. Let's give him an easy completion. Just a simple step off screen. Look at, if you're going 4, 5, 6 wide every play, Quinte has got to turn around and play a lot of man coverage. You can't play a lot of zone with that many receivers. You got to lock in at your guy. You're hoping for someone to miss, and a good tackle by number 23 coming over from the linebacker position.
2nd and 7 for the Gryphons here. This time it is an inside handoff. No, it's a fake, and it comes to the near side once again. Cummings with another pass, and look out! Here's a Gryphon breaking free, and he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Big catch and run there, and just like that, Guelph Junior Gryphons in the red zone.
Watch the block here. Son, if you want to play receiver, you better learn how to block like that. That's a great job. The difference between a 4-yard catch and run and a 40-yard catch and run a lot of times are what the guys do downfield. Do you pick up the defender and everything else? That's the difference between a 6-yard gain and look at, now we're inside the 20 and knocking on the door.
19-yard line for the Junior Gryphons as this time they go to the ground attack and pick up a couple of yards there. I will tell you this, Ron, if the Junior Gryphons are going to be successful today, it is going to be in part because of Fraser Martaller-Wallace. He's number 24. He's the wide receiver that just had that big catch on the near side here. He has been a dynamic weapon for the Junior Gryphons in these playoffs. And if they're going to have success today, they're going to continue to need big plays from him.
Look, this is my first time seeing the Gryphons in live. I've seen a little bit of tape on them. I'll let you call this, and I'll go back to my thought.
From the 16-yard line, it's a handoff looking to break through, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 2. Griff's going to the ground game here. 5:15 and rolling in the first quarter.
We got a penalty flag at the just beyond the line of scrimmage. So my point, what I was saying is Guelph looks very, very athletic. So I don't really necessarily see what the flag was. They are talking to the Guelph captain, so maybe it was offside against Quinte or something like that. Just waiting for the white hat. It is offside against Quinte. It's a 5-yard penalty, and we're going to replay second down. But I like that jet sweep. Can we get that replay one more time? Look at out blocking, out blocking, out blocking, out blocking, man on a man. Everyone's going to find work. If your receivers are committing to the block and committing to blocking downfield, man, it's going to be a long day for Quinte. And Quinte is playing zone. They got 3 out wide and only 2 defenders.
2nd and 3 from about the 11-yard line. Cummings in the shotgun as the Griffs look to strike here in the red zone. It's a handoff, and this time it's the Skyhawks defense breaking through their beauty tackle. That looks like number 31, Quinn Craig, making the tackle in the backfield there for the Skyhawks.
Watch him shoot this. He sees it right away. They recognize it, shoots the gap, beats the puller coming across, and does a great job of filling up in the backfield. Throw him down for a loss of a couple, brings up a 3rd down and 7. I don't think yards, down and distance is going to be a problem for this Guelph team the way they like to sling the rock.
But this is a big play. Anytime you get into the red zone, you want to come away with 7 points. That's what the Junior Griffs are looking to do here. Cummings, once again, with a play-action fake, looking to the near side, fires over the top, and the ball falls incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Gryphons. Looked like a bit of a broken play there. Cummings was sort of looking to the near side, kind of went to maybe his 2nd or 3rd read as the ball is dropped near the goal line.
You're trying to hit the out here with your one-on-one receiver, but you do have your number 3 man. You see him coming all the way across. There's that long drag route, and unfortunately not able to keep his feet there and slips down, and the Gryphons are going for it here on 4th down.
Oh boy, we've got 4th and 7. Big early play here in the U14AA Championship. Cummings once again will go back to the air, fires it to the near side. The catch is made, but it will be short. The Skyhawks with the stop, number 23, Daniel Logel, will turn the ball over on downs, and Quinte holds inside the red zone.
If we can get that replay one more time here, I want to show you. Look at the pressure right away. This is a screen. They're trying to get the linemen out front. You can see them kind of showing up. Quinte does a good job of matching where the running back goes, trying to replace, but it was that immediate pressure right up the gut that caused a quick throw. Turn it over on downs. Quinte holds serve early in this game.
So the Griffs go for it on 4th down and end up with no points, and we got 2:55 and rolling here in the first quarter. Back out are the Skyhawks on offense, and once again, they go back to the ground, run up the middle, and a nice gain there. His legs are still moving, and that's going to be a 1st down for Quinte.
That's just an inside zone play, and all this is effort. He's hit 10 yards back. Good job of getting upfield. There's a great block there. Through the tackle, keeps driving. Look at that. Driving your leg 7 yards after contact to get that 1st down. Take that ball all the way out to the 37-yard line, and Quinte has got a good drive going here after one play.
Definition of power running right there from the Skyhawks. They have another 1st down here. Once again, the quarterback, Sammy Angove, in the shotgun, and once again he hands it off, looking back to that same play, kind of just power football running.
I love it.
Trying to run downhill. If there's one thing Ron loves, it is power football.
Yes, sir. Look at there's your 2 pullers. Kick out, there's your pin. You're running that in there. What I really like about this is watch the motion coming across. That linebacker is influenced by that motion, so that's not allowing him to add in there and chase down. Really good job. I like the play design by both of these teams. I like the movement so far.
Bit of a chess match so far. 1:35 to go here. First quarter in the U14AA Sandy Ruckstuhl Cup. Once again, it's a handoff going up the middle, looking for some space, and that's going to be another 1st down for Quinte. So they've got 2 1st downs in this possession, all on the ground, all with power running.
Yeah, I think this is what Quinte really wants to do. They want to really establish the game, slow the clock down, try to keep this dynamic offense from Guelph off the field, limit the amount of possessions, and shorten it down. To use an old phrase, let's play it in a phone booth. Really tight quarters and keep it slow.
Playing in the trenches so far. Quinte Once again, this time it's a pass to the near side, and it's complete to number 23, I want to say. And he's thrown down there. 23 with reception. Daniel, 20.
I think it's 27, actually.
27, okay. Well, let's shout that kid out. Trayvon Koch, number 27 for this Quinte Skyhawks.
And I think he's their primary ball carrier as well. He just ran like a lazy like loop route there, and he's just trying to get out there, trying to get up some extra blockers, point of attack. Guelph, again, flowing really hard to the football. This is a fast-moving team from both sides of the field for the Gryphons.
Handoff once again, looking for space up the middle, and that's going to be another first down as he runs over one of the junior Griffs players there. And another first down for Quinte as we approach the end of the first quarter. Quinte Skyhawks doing it on the ground, doing it in the trenches, offensive line getting it done.
That is your safety coming downhill to make that tackle. If he doesn't, he's still running. Watch the little cutback right there, and off to the races he goes. This is a big, powerful running back. This is what Quinte wants to play.
Last play of the first quarter, zeros on the board here at Western University. This time they flip it to the far side, and the completion is made, and there's a nice tackle there as the junior Gryphons swarm to finish the quarter. Going with a pass, you can see the referee waving the orange flag. Easy for me to say. No score here at Western University after one quarter. Ron, takeaways, thoughts, what have you seen, what have you liked? I think we're going to have a tight football game here.
You know, this is kind of going back to that U16, that U14 matchup yesterday that we had at the AAA level. The styles make the fight, and, you know, when you get contrasting styles and you see the physical play of everybody, it makes for a great football game. You can kind of see what Quinte wants to do. You can see definitely what Guelph wants to do. I love the movement by both the teams. You know, I like the commitment to the power running from the Skyhawks early in this, and the movement of the receivers coming across, adding in, but getting the movement that you want from the linebackers. Guelph, there's all over the place. It's like, wow, this guy's coming, this guy's coming. You've got to be on your P's and Q's with playing these Gryphons, or somebody's going to slip down the crack, and they're going to be wide open, and they're going to hit a kill shot at one point in this game.
Here's the thing. Nobody has blinked yet.
Yeah, I like that.
And I'm kind of waiting to see. You can tell the coaches are trying to feel each other out. It's not like these two teams see each other every second week,
well,
obviously. So, you know, they're trying to feel each other out. They've probably seen a little bit of game film, you know, on huddle in different places, but it's way different when you step out of the field against your opponent. Let's kick off the second quarter here. The Skyhawks with possession, 11:45 and ticking. And once again, they go back to the run game, and it's a big gain once again, and that's going to be another first down for the Skyhawks. Move those sticks, baby.
Yeah, number 24 again is the ball carrier. He's just taking this. It's just, you can see it. There's the fullback. We're just coming right behind there with the power. There's your puller. Add him in. You just outmanning him at the point of attack. Guelph is a very fast defense, flows hard to the ball. But Quinte's kind of playing them, like I said, they're playing them in a phone booth right now, and they're getting the advantage so far on this drive.
That last play, Carlos Emiliano Gutierrez Pedraza on that big run. This time it's a flip over to 23 there. That is Daniel Logo finding the far side, and he's going to score.
Wow.
Soar Skyhawks. They strike first here in the U14AA Sandy Ruckstuhl Cup. What a run on the ground. Touchdown, Quinte.
He came from the slot all the way around. And again, we talked about, look at the blocking downfield by Quinte's receivers, and just not quite able to get there in time. I'm very impressed with this Quinte team. This is not what I kind of expected. I thought Guelph was going to dictate the pace a little bit more, but Quinte on the board first in this game.
Let's make a quick correction. That was Trayvon Koch on that run. Sorry to take that touchdown away from Daniel Logo, but that was Trayvon Koch with a touchdown for the Quinte Skyhawks, and they are fired up on the near sideline. It is a long way from the 613 in Belleville to Western University, and the parents in front of us super happy, super excited. They're feeling pretty good. Skyhawks have played well here. They had a nice defensive stop when the Gryphons had the ball in the red zone, and that was 3 first downs, hard running ground game, and that's a touchdown as the Quinte Skyhawks take the lead here in the second quarter.
You know, it's hard to play two styles of football on the same play. And what I mean by that is when you are committing to stop the inside power run, and then you got a speed guy that takes it all the way around the edge, you've got to flow with the ball, but you got to commit to the inside run as well. It is hard to play both styles of football at the same time. This coaching staff is very, very good. These Gryphons are an excellent football team. This game is far from over. I'm excited to see the answer from the Gryphons.
Guelph looking to respond here. They are an offensive team who can put up points very quickly, but at this point, they have been shut down by the Skyhawks defense. I think the Gryphons just need to find a little bit of momentum right now, get a few first downs, sort of like Quinte just did, right? Kickoff here. Coming back to the Gryphons. Looks like it is. They fake the reverse, and it's a run up the middle here looking for space. Here. You think he's got space? Maybe. He's spinning back. He's still on his feet. And he's taken down near midfield. But what a good run that was. Little deception there, Ron.
Yeah, I like it. You've heard me on the other broadcast. Look, catch the ball in the air, go upfield. Don't do anything fancy. I love the misdirection of faking the reverse, and then it gets all these people out of their rush lanes. Oh, shoot, the ball's going over here. And instead, he just turns it around and goes right upfield. Nice shifty runner. Great return by number 12 there for the Gryphons.
David Samuel, shifty runner. He's been part of the Junior Gryphons organization for many years now and has been a superstar player. And again, the Gryphons, tons of talent on the offensive side of the ball. We'll see if they can get it done here. Starting at midfield, Josh Cummings with the handoff, and the ball's on the turf. The ball is on the turf.
Quinte has it.
Quinte's got it, and that's going to be a turnover as the Skyhawks take over possession near midfield, and they are revved up coming to the sidelines.
Yeah, it's just a miscommunication on the handoff. Quarterback gave it. The running back thought he was going to pull it and keep going. It was good penetration from Quinte. Great blocking in there. You had it potentially. I kind of agree with the running back. I think the quarterback should have tugged to that and taken it off the edge there. There was a defender out there, but there's nowhere to go on the inside run there.
I believe that was number 94 with the recovery, Abel Harris, giving the Skyhawks field position. They're just on the Guelph side of the field. As surprise, surprise, Quinte going back to the run game, and it's another powerful run as he picks up about 8 yards, getting close to that first down marker.
Yeah, and again, it's nothing fancy football, but it is very, very effective when you're playing 4-down ball. And we talked about this at the varsity game yesterday, the U16 game as well. If you can get 4, 5, 6 yards a clip, why would you do anything else?
Right.
If you're getting 6, 7 yards on a power run in 4-down football, you're going to see a lot of it.
The point of Ron's message, if it works, don't change it.
Yes.
And that was Carlos Emiliano Gutierrez Pedraza on that last run. As the Skyhawks, this time it's a play-action fake. To the far side goes the quarterback, Sammy Angove, and he is taken down by the Gryphons defense.
I don't think that's the way that you want to attack this Gryphon defense. Again, because they have so many free-flowing players. Again, you're trying to get all the eyes over there, but one guy keeps his eye on the quarterback, knows his assignment, knows the drill, and wraps him up, throws him down for a big loss of about 6 yards. And what was a 3rd and 2 or 3, now you're looking at a 3rd and 7 or 8.
Marcus Malone with that tackle. He is one of the top defensive players on the Gryphons and one of those players that head coach Jeff Cummings has said, keep an eye on this kid. Marcus Maloney's been good throughout these entire playoffs, and it's a big tackle there for a loss. 3rd down now and about 7 or 8 as the Skyhawks once again go to the ground game. It's an inside handoff there, and it's another first down for the Skyhawks. The Gryphons can't stop this Quinte run attack.
Wow, and again, all we're doing is we're running power, and this is This is a different way of running it. There's your two pullers. You got your pin, you got your pull, and you're just running right behind where those lead blockers are coming. You get a great double team at the point of attack, and if you can't defeat the double team, they're just going to keep, like, again, I've called enough offensive football. If you can't stop power, that's all I'm running all game.
Another first down for Quinte here as they look to march down the field and add to their lead midway through the second quarter. It's a pitch into the near side, and once again finding a little bit of space, trying to push his way a little bit further. The Junior Gryphons jump in there for a stop, but about a pickup of 3 for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, again, like I said on that last play with the quarterback run, I don't think you want to attack this team horizontally. I think you want to go straight up field at them and kind of run at them. There's a lot of speed here on this Gryphon team. You know, looking at what Quinte's got, they're a little bit bigger along the offensive line. You want to lean on those big boys and wear that defense out. Not running sideline to sideline. That's not the way to attack these guys.
Trey Koch already has 1 touchdown in the game, and he picks up a couple there as the Skyhawks once again go back to the ground game and to the left side, this time breaking free, and that's going to be another first down and more for the Skyhawks, as that's a good run again from Carlos Emiliano Gutierrez Pedraza, and it's a first down for Quinte.
Again, just driving his legs. He's a big back. It's the same play. There's the power. There's your kicker getting up to the second level. Double teams at the point. Everyone's working. Look at 33 laying blocks down there as well. This is a tough kid to block there. And Guelph called a timeout here. Interesting.
33 is Julian Prashad, a wide receiver throwing blocks, and those are things that coaches like to see. It is about more than catching the ball as a wide receiver. It's about more than running a route. It is being a good teammate. It is blocking for your running backs. And I tell you, those are the little details that coaches notice. So if you're the Gryphons right now, Ron, obviously it has been a bit challenging with the way that Quinte has kind of attacked you. I think they've thrown maybe 1 pass, maybe 2, kind of a couple of swing passes over to the side.
It's that step off screen, and that's about it. There's nothing downfield vertically threat.
Nothing at all. And that's Guelph's attack, so you might still see that to come. But Jeff Cummings, the head coach of the Junior Gryphons, we know he will make adjustments.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of fantastic football minds around him, including, I don't know if you know this, Todd Galloway, who is the head coach of the Laurier Golden Hawks football team in OUA football. His son, Grady Galloway, is number 4 on the Junior Gryphons. Todd Galloway is on the coaching staff here with the Guelph Junior Gryphons, obviously because of his son, Grady, but you have minds like that on this Guelph sideline, so that's going to make a difference as the game goes along with the tactics and everything coming up.
Well, and again, it just makes the adjustments that you're capable of doing. Okay, like, there's so many things there's only so many formulas for football. You do A, B, or C, and you got to come up with a counter.
From the 25, they flip it out the far side, and that one is broken up. And boy, oh boy, he had sights of...
Is that number 4?
That is number 8.
Excuse me.
He had sights of the other end zone at the other end of the field. Dominic Weber almost had this one.
This is why you watch tape. You
Yep.
understand, you recognize the play design, and know your assignment. Great job jumping that route. And again, almost the momentum swing that you needed.
2nd and 10 from the 25. The Quinte Skyhawks back to the ground game, finding space, breaking through, and down to the 9-yard line.
It's the power play again. You're showing all that movement, and your backside puller's coming through here. There's your backside puller, and this is a big back. He's got good speed. He's got a nose for the end zone. And I like how he runs with his shoulders square as well. It means he's not afraid of contact. He's going to go right at you.
5:53 and counting here in the second quarter. The Skyhawks in the red zone once again with this power ground game. They've got a first down on the 9-yard line, 1st and goal here for the Skyhawks, man in motion. And it's going to be a handoff right up the gut here, looking to find his way down to about the 3-yard line. And boy, Quinte right in scoring position again, knocking at the door.
Yeah, again, it's just it's power. Here's the pull, there's the kick, there's the wrap through, and you're just following your extra lineman coming through. And with the ball on the 4-yard line, looks like they're making some substitutions across the board, and looks like Quinte's got a heavy Rhino truck,
Mack truck.
Yeah, one of the calls I've heard over the years for their heavy package, I've heard truck, Mac, Rhino. I've used Rhino.
Hippo, hippo,
Hippo's
hippo.
another one. Yep. Heavy, heavy, heavy. So all kinds of different things.
If you've heard one, you have heard them all.
Yeah,
Hippie, truck, Rhino. If you have other suggestions, the chat
Put 'em in
is
the
open.
chat.
Put them in the
Yes.
chat.
Guys, welcome to the chat. Let us know where you're watching this game from. And again, that number is so close to $80,000. Let's try to hit 80,000 by half. Half of the money would go to you. That winning person is going to be drawn today here in London by the executive, I imagine, sitting in the very fancy VIP lounge area on the campus of Western Ontario.
Heavy package here for the Skyhawks. Second and goal from the 4. It's a direct snap Wildcat, and it is a Quinte touchdown. 2 runs, 2 touchdowns. Things going well so far for these Skyhawks.
Yeah, again, this is just an overload. You've got a stack. You've got all 3 extra blockers over there. Very similar to what we saw in that Peterborough game. Look at the blocking by the interior lineman. Getting nice and square up there, chest up. I know a couple of the guys that went up to Quinte. I want to say Ryan Mason was one of the offensive linemen who played for the Beefeaters for years. I think he's involved with this program as well. If he is, it sure looked like one of his offensive line drills. Just nice and high and tight, elbows in, thumbs up, and good blocking.
Extra point here from Kean Edwards, and he drills it right through the uprights. And that's going to make it a 14-point lead for the Skyhawks here. 4:52 remaining in the second quarter of this U14AA Sandy Ruckstuhl Championship game. London Football TV, that is what you're watching. They have done an incredible job this week making sure to bring you the live streams of all 12 games here from Western University. Alumni Stadium has been our home all weekend long, and we thank all of you for watching on the live stream. Be sure to check out 519 Sports as well. That's where the highlights, that's where the interviews are. We got the live streams here. We had the highlights and interviews there, and it's been certainly an amazing partnership between 519 and London Football TV. A couple of other shout-outs. Our thanks to the OSFL for your continued amazing support of what we do at 519 and London Football TV. Area 51, one of the big sponsors. And a shout-out, of course, to our crew right along the line here, Ron. They've been amazing. Simon and Steph and Camden and Nathan and my boy Brandon, who's on the roof. We can't do it without you guys. Keep up the good work. We got a game and a half to go.
Yeah, these guys are the real heroes are the people to the left of me in the booth there.
Onside kick, and the Gryphons will recover it. Bit of a surprise there, but maybe you try to catch them off guard and regain possession the way the Skyhawks offense has moved the ball.
Well, and also, like, the best way to stop a very dynamic offense is to keep them off the field. Again, the style point that you were asking about earlier. If you're Quinte, you want to slow it down. You want to run the ball. You want to run clock. Limit the amount of possessions Guelph has. Guelph can score in a heartbeat. I've seen it. I watch the highlights on 519 Sports, trying to prepare for these teams, and these guys can score from anywhere. They're fast, they're athletic, and here they go. 4 to the field. Tight end lined up on the boundary, one back in. Darren, take it away.
Pretty much right at midfield here as Josh Cummings goes to the air. He's under pressure. Cummings escapes to the left side, looking for room to run, and honestly, good for Josh Cummings on that play.
Yeah.
He made something out of nothing. He was under pressure. He was able to escape, get out to the left side and at least get a few yards on first down.
Yeah, again, good pressure coming. They blitz the linebacker through the B gap. Then the edge does a loop on that, so he maintains possession. Pressure comes. Cummings with a good job. I like how he kept his eyes downfield when he's scrambling. He wasn't just looking to run. He was looking to deliver a strike downfield. Everyone was covered. Live to fight another day. 2nd and 8 here for the Junior Gryphons as they look to get something going before halftime. Cummings, once again, this time he hands it off. That's going to be number 13 on the run, and a good gain there as he picks up 3 or 4 yards. That's Cole Vanderhorden, a player who is one of the keys to watch here for the Junior Gryphons this afternoon. Yeah, good solid run inside. There's your zone run. Give him a look one way, come back the other way. Nice vision of that Guelph back. Really getting nice and skinny in the hole and accelerating through it. That's the way to attack a zone run, is to be patient to the hole and explode through the hole. So we used to say slow to, fast through.
3rd down and 2 here for the Junior Gryphons. A conversion would be huge to give us some momentum. Cummings pulls it in, looking for that 1st down, and he's not going to get there. Another good defensive play from the Quinte Skyhawks. They're going to stop Josh Cummings short of that 1st down, 23 on the tackle. That's Daniel Logal.
We got a receiver had slipped on that, unfortunately. If we can just get that replay once more, look at the move he makes right there. The defensive end has got his eyes in the backfield watching the run. Great recognition by the quarterback. Yes, he lost 2 yards on that. That could have been a lot bigger on there. And looky, up in the top left corner, $80,000 and 40 to split. Half the money comes back to the clubs that you sell them to, that you sold them from. Half the money goes towards you. We thank you guys so very, very much for supporting us. You know, this is a great opportunity to raise money for your local football club. And you know what? $40,000, that's a trip to Hawaii, baby.
That's more than a trip to Hawaii, Ron.
Well, it's a trip to Hawaii for the London 519 football cruise.
Yeah, I was going to say, if all of us go to Hawaii, if we win, are we allowed to win? I know this has been a big conversation point all weekend, and I still don't have the answer to you. Also, we just want to point out there is an injury on the field here.
Yeah. That's why I was kind of talking it through.
For sure.
Number 4 for the Gryphons, unfortunately, was the injured player.
Tough to see there. Grady Galloway, an outstanding wide receiver who's been such a massive part in what the Junior Gryphons have done this season. Hopefully Grady is able to get back on the field here this afternoon, and obviously the biggest game of his young life. But going back to the jackpot, $80,040 is absolutely incredible. And thank you to everybody out there, like Ron said, for your support of this. It's something Football Ontario has done for the last number of years, and it's great to see the continued support for youth football in Ontario. Josh Cummings rolling to his right this time. Nowhere to go. That's going to be a sack for the Skyhawks. Boy, oh boy, everything going right for Quinte right now.
Again, right now, the physicality of Quinte is we talked about the style, the style points of the fight. Quinte's out physicaling the offensive and the defensive lines, and that's dictating the pace of this game. Great pressure. We've seen that young man in the backfield a number of times. He didn't break down last time. This time there's nowhere really to go here for the Guelph quarterback, and it's an unfortunate turnover on downs. Quinte has an opportunity.
They've got 3 minutes here.
Yeah, they have an opportunity to score again here, and if you go up that 3rd score, that makes for a long second half.
Especially when you're out physicaling them.
Yeah.
I like that word. Out physicaling. Quinte with the ball. 50-yard line in Guelph territories. They look to add to their lead here before the end of the half.
Nice.
Short run there. Again, power running, Ron.
Yeah, 79. The gentleman right there does a good job of defeating the double team and coming off of it and forcing it back inside. You saw the double team reach up for the linebacker, trying to get up to the linebacker. But again, you're trying to get those 2 double teams and then one reach and the other one gets the push. You weren't able to reach that time because big number 79 defeated that block and kept it back inside.
2:25 and rolling here in the second quarter. Quinte with the ball. They're at about 2nd and 8 in Junior Gryphons territory. It's going to be a little pitch here, going to the left side of the line, breaking through. Big collision as Quinte is close to the 1st down. Very close. But boy, what a big hit at the end of that play.
I think he's going to be about a half yard short the way that the front jet. No, they are going to give him the 1st down. So mark it beyond the 40-yard line to the 39. Again, it's not the way I want to attack Guelph. Guelph has got way too much speed to run side to side. Your offensive line is teeing off on the defense. Now, mind you, they've brought an extra defensive lineman in that Guelph has. So maybe we get to see some of those adjustments that we were talking about.
1st down here from the 39-yard line for the Skyhawks. Again, it's a handoff on the ground, and nice tackle there by Guelph. They get that one, but they need more of that. They really do.
Yeah, but again, by bringing that extra body down into the box now, and you're walking up a linebacker, so now you can't really afford to have that backside puller come through because there's a man on, and the rule of thumb is man on to play side gap. If there's a man on you, that's your block. If you're supposed to be the puller and there's a man directly on top of you, The center or someone has either got to come across and pick that up to allow you to flow. But if there's somebody on everybody, you can't pull it.
1:20 to go here, second quarter. Handoff goes up the middle, and once again, the Gryphons, they're there for the stuff.
So they've made their adjustment.
They
They're
sure
really
have.
starting to crash
Sure
down
have.
on those B gaps. They're not allowing those linemen to get upfield. And now we have a critical third down here and about 13 for Guelph's defense. You got to hold them to a stop here. You cannot give up points. You want to get the ball back, and you want to get points, but you can't give up the first down. You can't give up points here.
Yeah, I think at this point, Ron, Guelph would be happy probably to get out of the half as we enter the final minute here. Down 14-0. Everything seems to have gone Quinte's way so far. So if you're only down 14, reset at half and see what you can come out with in the final two quarters of this championship game. I think that's got to be the approach. So a big hold here as they go to the air. This time it's a deep ball on the far side, and it's going to be broken up by the Junior Gryphons. So they get that much needed stop. And again, little points, little details can create momentum, and maybe that's one for Guelph.
This is a great coverage. There's a mismatch out there. That's number, I think it's 27, the guy who had the touchdown earlier. Trying to see the number on there, whoever the corner was. Great coverage, getting back to his zone. And again, high pointing that ball, not interfering, but disrupting the reception, knocking it down. Great heads up defensive play.
David Samuel, no fly zone. That was number 12 on that play, as well as Avin Ruparelia, number 22 for the Junior Gryphons. So it's Ruparelia and David Samuel combining to break that up, and that brings up fourth down here for the Skyhawks. 41 seconds before we break for the half, and I assume it's going to be a punt here from Quinte.
Yeah, Quinte is lined up to punt here. 2 onside men and the 2 speed guys. It's going that side. That's
Here's
exactly
the punt.
what it is.
Short punt, takes a weird bounce back, and it's going to be Quinte recovering, but there is a flag on the field.
Okay, so
explain this to me.
It's illegal touching because you can't be the first person to touch it.
Because it was not the onside player.
Correct, because the 2 onside players were downfield. Even if it was the onside player, you got to get beyond the line of scrimmage there. The line of scrimmage was at the 42-yard line. The ball was actually received at about the 46. So they lost 3 yards on that punt.
One of the interesting things I think we've seen here, and you pointed it out a couple of minutes ago, it seemed like with a play like that, we also had the onside kick, that really one of the focuses for the Quinte coaching staff, like you said, is keep the ball away from the high-octane Junior Gryphons offense. They're not just doing traditional punts. They're not just doing traditional kickoffs. They're saying, we're going to do everything, and that ball right there bounced in Quinte's favor, took a friendly bounce for the Skyhawks. Again, like you mentioned, obviously it didn't work out in their favor, but you can really see that's one of the focuses, keeping the ball out of the Gryphons' offensive hands.
So empty backfield this time here.
30 seconds to go, second quarter. Josh Cummings looking to get something going as he fires at the far side. That's going to be caught there by the Junior Gryphons, and that's going to be a first down. Tick-tock on the clock, though. 25 seconds to go, but the Gryphons with a nice completion there as they pick up a first down.
This is a concept that we saw earlier today in the Woodstock game. So you're getting a double clear out happening here, and you're getting what we call a wheel route, which is from the third man, a down, out, and up.
Fraser Martaller-Wallace with the catch on that play as the Gryphons take the ball at about the 43-yard line. Cummings this time fakes the handoff, looking for an open man downfield, and that one's just knocked away.
Yeah, but you know what? Everyone's covered. Good coverage that time by Quinte. Live to fight another down. Don't force it. Understand, you're trying to get your guy there. Throw it at his feet. Just get it to the line of scrimmage. Stop the clock. You still got 12 seconds left here. Lots of time. You got enough time for 2 plays. Doesn't have to be a 40-yard pass. You need about 12 or 15 yards and get out of bounds. But you do have both your timeouts. Oh, 1 timeout. My apologies.
And it appears to be a timeout, as you mentioned the word, Ron, timeout.
Yeah. So, again, because you didn't have to call it there because the clock was stopped in the last 2 minutes with an incomplete pass. The last 3 minutes with an incomplete pass. But, again, you had both the timeouts, and it was actually Quinte that called the timeout. Looking at
Interesting.
Okay, so they want to make sure that they get everybody in the right spot.
Take a breather.
Defensively.
Take a breather.
Yep.
Hit the reset button. Don't give up a big play with 12 seconds to go. You've had a great first half.
Yep.
You've dominated a lot on both sides of the ball. Guelph has not been able to get to their game. Don't let something happen here in the final seconds that you're going to regret, and then all of a sudden you're in a one-score game going into halftime.
Let's look at that U16 game yesterday that we were talking about. The last play of the half, Cumberland was able to complete that 40-yard touchdown,
Right.
and that really swung the momentum back into Cumberland's favor, and London Junior Mustangs weren't really able to recover from that moment. You don't want to see a situation similar to that at the U14 level. Look, we know this kid can sling the rock.
Oh, yeah.
We know these athletes can get open. Quinte is playing a shell coverage. I think they're going to rush 3 guys. And again, dropping 3 in coverage, or 9 in coverage, rushing 3, maybe 4, but that's about it. Everyone else is playing coverage.
Here's Cummings. He flips it back
Double
to Fraser
pass.
Martaller-Wallers. It's a big, crazy play, and it falls incomplete. Jeff Cummings, the head coach, digging into his bag of tricks.
I like it.
Does not work out in his favor. However, very creative, trying to spark this Junior Griffs offense.
You're trying to, and again, you see, it got eyes into the backfield. Look at where the ball is. Look where the ball is. You don't want to chase the ball with your eyes. You want to get to your responsibilities and cover the people that you're supposed to cover.
That close to a big play for the Junior Gryphons. 5 seconds to go here before the halftime break. Maybe time for 2 plays. The Gryphons do have a timeout here, so if they can connect with one quickly and get that timeout, we'll see. But obviously they're got a lot going on here on the left side. What do they got? 4 receivers here on the left side, so it feels like a little bit of a Hail Mary here from Josh Cummings. 5 seconds to go before the break. Cummings drops back around the 50-yard line, fires it up to the near side, and that's going to fall incomplete out of bounds on the near side as the clock strikes 0 and the white hat waves the flag. So Quinte with an outstanding first half. They lead 14-0 here in the Sandy Ruckstuhl U14AA championship game. The Quinte Skyhawks, small town with a big heart and big running backs.
Yeah, for me, it's the offensive and defensive line are kind of dominating the play of this game right now for the Skyhawks. We saw an adjustment from Guelph. They went to a 4-man front from their traditional 3. But the other thing they did is, if you notice when they line up, all the players are in 4-point stance. So they're basically not allowing the offensive lineman to come out here. Let's see if that stays and if Quinte has an adjustment to that. If not, again, you're down 14 points. You're not out of this game by any means of the imagination. Make an adjustment or 2, and let's get a drive going.
2 quarters to go here in the U14AA Sandy Ruckstuhl Cup between the Guelph Junior Gryphons and the Quinte Skyhawks here on campus at Western University at Alumni Stadium. This is game 11 of 12 over the course of this weekend. Our thank you to the London Junior Mustangs for being outstanding hosts, as well as the OSFL for putting on what has been a great event all weekend long. Coming up next here on London Football TV, it will be the U18AA Sandy Ruckstuhl Cup between the Huronia Stallions and these same Guelph Junior Gryphons. Both teams with fantastic runs throughout the playoffs to get to this point, and that will be our final game of the weekend. We're going to take a break here on London Football TV and 519 Sports. We got about 10 minutes and 30 seconds until we start the second half. Great first half for the Quinte Skyhawks. They lead at 14-0 over the Junior Gryphons. Darren and Ron, back in a minute here on London Football TV.
You are greatness, yes, you really are. But why aren't you working with the best? Area 51 Sports isn't just a brand, it's a mission. Built for athletes who train like beasts and think like outliers. Built for schools and youth organizations that truly want to be the best. Engineered for performance. Designed to intimidate. Trusted by those who take their game seriously. These old school guys seem more focused on profiting off the game rather than supporting it. We've become the best at providing customers with the highest quality products and experience. When you wear Area 51, you're not just showing up, you're taking over. We do this for the athlete, for the game. At Area 51 Sports, we value people over profits. 10 toes down, boots on the ground, speaking to real people like you. Join the movement at www.area51sports.ca.
Welcome back to Western University for the second half of the U14AA Sandy Ruckstuhl Cup between the Quinte Skyhawks and the Guelph Junior Gryphons. My name's Darren Stevenson with 519 Sports, London Football TV, and the man, the myth, the legend is beside me, Mr. Ron. It is 14-0 for the Skyhawks here as we get set to start the second half. I would imagine Guelph probably looking at making some adjustments here to start the third quarter.
Well, like I said, one of the adjustments they started making on defense that I noticed on that last drive is they brought an extra defensive lineman down. So you've gone away from that 3-man front to a 4-man front. The other thing that they're doing is like I was indicating, they're playing on all fours. So basically what they're doing is they're not allowing the linemen to pull up to the second level. So that's being kind of one of the adjustments that we'll see. Guelph's going to kick the ball to start here. Let's see if they have another adjustment coming out here. But I've been very, very impressed with this Quinte team running the ball. But if you take away that power run, what are you going to do to finish this game?
That's what's going to be interesting. If the Gryphons are able to start taking away those big chunk yardage plays, they're picking up 5 and 6 on first down. If the Gryphons are able to take that away, again, there'll be much more time on the clock as well. That's one of the things that we've seen from Quinte is that they're obviously time of possession is something that they talked about coming into this football game. The Gryphons have a dynamic offense if they can get it going. Here's a few numbers for you. Josh Cummings, who is QB1, 94 complete passes out of 126 attempts. The math on that, over 2,200 yards. Josh Cummings can sling the ball down the field as the Gryphons kick it off here to start the second half as the Skyhawks will take it on the return, and he finds a little bit of space and a good return across midfield for Quinte to start the second half. Daniel Logel says, here we go, boys. Let's get this second half rolling.
Yeah, picked up by number 24. They tried to do that pooch kick, which I think Guelph wanted to try to do. And again, just not quite far enough, and then you just, again, catch the ball in the air and attack it downhill. We've seen that as a theme. I like the special teams play from a lot of these teams. And again, Guelph's in that 40 front with the linebackers creeped up.
1st and 10 here for Quinte, starting in Guelph territory here in this third quarter. Sling it to the far side. The ball's dropped, and they're going deep here. It's downfield, and it is caught. Oh. It's caught. What a play. Touchdown, Skyhawks.
Wow.
Do you believe that?
Wow. Okay, they had it diagnosed. They saw it coming, and again, they're flowing over to the ball. This is a lateral. So there's the pressure coming, and there's the pressure, lines up, throws it to his guy, one-handed catch, brings it back into himself. Wow, what a huge play for Quinte to start the second half. Back-breaking play for Guelph.
Julian Prashad, the wide receiver. Remember we were talking about him earlier and the blocks?
Yeah.
Apparently the kid's got one-handed skill as well.
Wow, that was an incredible catch. Unbelievable here.
And the extra point as well is up and good. And boy, oh boy, the Quinte Skyhawks will be watching that play on replay on London Football TV for a very, very long time.
Here's the replay one more time. Sets his feet, doesn't panic that he dropped the ball, and again, throws a great pass. You had great coverage there by that defensive back. He has a great coverage. He does the right thing. He steps in front of the guy, shields him. It's just dropped into the bucket. All he does is it's a basketball play. Tips it back to himself, secure the rebound, and off to the races.
3 words, Ron. Football is fun.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. This has been a great game so far. Look at, I know, did they say that he missed the extra point? I thought he got it.
I thought he booted it through.
So we'll just wait for that to be updated. It's 21-0. The Skyhawks lead. Guelph, you need an answer, and you need an answer now.
It's such a tough play for the Junior Gryphons too, right? You know, you come out for the second half, you try to erase the first 2 quarters, and all of a sudden a play like that happens, and it's just deflating. And sometimes we do forget we are talking about 13-year-old kids.
Yeah.
In both ways. That is a 13-year-old kid who just made the catch of his life on the far side. On the other side of that, you've got the 13-year-old kids on the far sideline that you can get deflated really quickly. It's about managing emotions.
Yeah.
These are all talented football players, but it's about managing emotions, and a play like that happens. That's tough to start the second half for Guelph.
You've got the coaching staff over there to kind of rein everybody back in and say, it's all right. That was the play that we were allowed to give up. Now we can't give up anymore.
No more mistakes.
Yeah, we got to put a drive together here and capitalize on it.
Here comes the Gryphons offense as they go to the ground game, looking to pick up a few yards that way. Decent run up the middle. That'll be good for about 4 or 5 yards for the Gryphons as they look to start to find something here. That's really what it comes down to. Now you're down by 3 scores at least, 10:45 and rolling here in the third quarter.
Adam, can we get that replay one more time? I want to show you something at the very, very end here that I just picked up on. Watch the tackle secured. Look at. He's in there. He's trying to rip that ball away. They're coaching that up there, so that's something to keep in mind. A little jet sweep action happening here.
Jet sweep for the Junior Gryphons. Fraser Martaller-Wallace is taken down, and a beauty tackle there by the Skyhawks.
Yeah, Quinte's really playing with a lot of motion right now. They're flying to the ball. They're hyping each other up. They saw this coming. Look at a great job getting off the block and making the tackle downfield. If you're the receiver on there or the lead blocker, what you want to do, I always tell our guys, close the gate. Do not let him get outside of you. Secure the gate. If he wants to go outside, take him outside, but block his butt all the way to the sandbox on the far side of the field.
Blake Cockanass with the tackle there for the Skyhawks. Great play there. And I think the thing that I saw there too, Ron, was just the pace.
Yeah.
Just the speed that he came over with to make that tackle for that big loss, making the tackle on that play on Aiden Hardy a moment ago, the Junior Gryphons. We're trying to find something there, but the jet sweep did not work out, and it looks like you threw your hands up in the air. Was there a flag?
Yeah, there's an offside called against Guelph there.
Got it.
So it's a 5-yard penalty. It was 3rd and 8. Now it's 3rd and 13.
3rd and 13 for the Junior Gryphons here, so I think it's pretty evident what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're going to throw the ball here, but again, this is the offense that can do it.
Sure
This
can.
is not something that
Is unfamiliar.
Yes. I'm going to bring something up. I was having a conversation with the guys up top in a minute here.
Okay. 3rd and 13. Junior Gryphons looking to find some momentum here. Cummings fires one over to Fraser Martaller-Wallace. He makes the catch, and he's probably maybe a yard short of the first down.
I think he might be right at the first
Right
down
at it?
marker. Right at the sticks, and they are giving him the first down.
First down, Guelph.
That's a smart heads-up play. Look at, you needed to get 13 yards, make the easy completion of 8 or 9 yards, and then let your athlete make a play, break a tackle. We talked about it. These are U14 players. Not every tackle is going to be made in the open field. Put the pressure on the defender to make the play.
3rd and 13 conversion.
That's a
much
big play.
needed for the Junior Gryphons for sure as they are right around midfield. Now Cummings, again, nice short little pass to Martaller-Wallace. This time he gets tackled, but it looks like they're not going to go for the home run ball. They're not going to go for the hero ball. Get a few yards here and there and maybe just start to build with that possession. They haven't had a ton of time in possession.
Well, again,
They just haven't had a ton of time with the ball.
yeah, you settle your offense down. Let's put a drive together here.
Right.
And if it's allowing us to do that, with the short completions, look at, if Quinte's dropping off to 12 yards deep in their zone, throw it at 8.
Here we go for the Junior Gryphons. This time they go to the ground. It's going to be a handoff and going to be maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Nah, he got maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
I'm going to give him 2 just because I'm feeling generous. By the way, Ron, please update us on the 50-50 while you
Look
have a
at
moment.
that number right
Holy.
there. We got to keep that going there, guys.
What do you want, 82K before the end of the game?
I'd like it to be 83 by the end of the game, to be honest.
83?
It's $10 a ticket, or you can get 4 tickets for $20.
So that's $5 each if I do my math
You got
correctly.
it, exactly.
Grade 9 math, baby. Came in handy.
So, as we have a injury timeout here, one of the things I was having a conversation up top with our wonderful camera guy, I'm going to take you back to in the season, okay? The U14 Brantford Bison game against these Guelph Gryphons.
Yep.
Brantford beat them the first time through. Okay, very tightly contested game. In the second game that they played, in the second half, they made the necessary adjustments that they didn't in the first half, and they came away with a huge victory against a team that really was favored in that game.
Those were two battles. And full credit to Brantford, too, and full credit to Guelph for getting through that last playoff game to get here. They were the two best U14 teams sort of in the area that we cover. Those are two outstanding playoff games and two battles, and credit to both teams. As Cummings here goes back to the air looking for an open receiver, but he takes off. He pulls it in. And a good little run here from Josh Cummings. I always do that. Jeff Cummings, Josh Cummings.
Yeah.
Josh Cummings, QB1 for the Junior Gryphs. Jeff Cummings, the head coach of the U14 Gryphs. I'll get it right by the end of the game.
Good scramble there.
Great scramble.
Understanding everyone's covered, but watch the linebackers all dropping, and then all of a sudden it opens up those natural run lanes. Everyone's got their eyes back to the field. Makes the first man miss. Somebody comes flying over the top. Good, smart heads-up play.
Junior Gryphs have a first down here on the 41-yard line, putting together a nice little drive here, trying to get their first points of the afternoon. Handoff up the middle. That'll be 3, maybe 4 for the Junior Gryphons, but they keep this drive alive. They keep this drive going, and hopefully building some confidence here. They're going to need, obviously, a couple of big plays to erase this 20-point deficit.
Here.
Yep.
Nobody picks him up. If you want to show that later and throw that H under, nobody covered the man. They're watching the ball, Quinte. They're tracking the ball. They're not necessarily tracking what their job is on that play. You can get these guys, but you got to make sure you get them.
2nd and 7 from the 38. It's a handoff to the near side. Couple of yards once again, but really the Skyhawks stuffing it here. Maybe what the Gryphs are doing is try to set them up for that long bomb that we kind of been waiting for.
Yeah, again, gain of 3. In 4-down football, if you're getting 3 yards a carry, 3, 6, 9, 12, because I'm going for it on 4th down. Look, you're down 21. You're down 20 or 21-0. I'm not really sure at this point. Regardless, you got to go for it at some point.
How many tickets can I get for $20 again?
4 tickets for $20.
5 times 4 is 20. Gryphs looking to make some moves here as Cummings fires to the near side. The ball is caught, but on him right away, right there. Quick tackle.
Doesn't matter. You're moving the sticks. You're getting the momentum. You got the Mike Blitz coming. He's firing right through. Pressure coming right away. I like that he's not allowing the defensive line to get back to him. It's catch, it's release. If you're playing the 9 yards off, run to that 5. If you're playing at 12, run to that 8. It's smart heads-up football. It's easy pitch and catch.
Pitch and catch creates a first down for the Junior Gryphons here with 4:35 to go in the third quarter of this U14 championship game. Handoff goes to the far side. Big hit there by the Skyhawks as he levels the Junior Gryphs running back.
No, unfortunately, I think that he took a really big pop on this coming through. I missed the number. I think that might be 24. I don't know, 23 or 24. I love the jersey colors. I hate the camel numbers. I'm just going to say that out loud. I know we're not supposed to critique like that, but
it's got a bit of a Seahawks look.
Yeah,
it's got a bit of a Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, but it's that coronavirus lime green that I hated for years. My son's a Seahawk fan as well.
Fair enough.
A legit fan, like going back to when Matt Hasselback, Sean Alexander.
Yeah.
He's an actual Seahawk fan. And the other one, I'm a fan of the Chargers. My other son is a fan of the Buccaneers. I've been watching football and being part of football since I was like 12 years old. And my team's the only one that hasn't won a Super Bowl. Those two little idiots both have got Super Bowls.
That is a father's love for you. Those two little idiots are happy with their Super Bowls.
28 and 22.
We're a fan of the show around here.
And we would like to point out that Camden Melrose, who is our outstanding highlight clipper, is showing us his New England Patriots hat. Boy, that was an easy choice to be a fan of, eh?
Yeah. Gee, I wonder what was happening back in those days. Oh, yeah, they won a lot. Have they won
Brady.
since? No. We did the Super Bowl. Did you win?
We didn't win.
There you go.
This is us talking to our highlight clipper here live on London Football TV. Back to the action with 4:16 to go here in the third quarter. The Gryphons, the junior Gryphons, have been driving here, looking to break the ice. Josh Cummings, this one looks like it's going deep to the near side, and it's caught! It's caught for a Gryphons touchdown, and they are right back in the ball game. That is Samuel Orachukwu with a huge catch for Guelph.
They, the Quinte coaching staff is losing their mind. They're saying, we think he was pushed off on. He was not. This is great job. High point the ball, no push off. They're both going for it. Not able to secure the tackle. Touchdown Gryphons. And that is the drive that they needed to get back into this game. Let's get momentum back. And I'm guessing that extra point was no good. So Guelph, it looks like, is going for 2 here.
Going for the 2-point convert.
I don't know about chasing points at this point.
Yeah, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Because you got to score twice more regardless.
Maybe a bit of a risk here, but hey, if it pays off, pays off. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be a handoff, and the ball is on the turf, and that is going to be not 2 points, not 1 point. That is going to be 0 points for the Junior Griffs.
But the Gryphons are on the board
For sure.
in the play that we kind of thought was coming.
We talked about it
Yeah.
28 seconds ago. What
Yeah.
did we say? They're going to go deep. What'd they do?
Yep, they went deep.
Or
But
Chukwu.
that is why you throw that check down, you throw that check down, you throw that check down.
Yep.
It brings everybody up. And if you move the ball by short passing it, much like the New England Patriots used to do with Tom Brady, shout out to Tom Brady, not the Patriots, but that is how they move the ball. And if you do that, oh, by the way, then you get a guy like Randy Moss running down the field when you dink and dunk it all the way across there, and he's wide open. Great play design, great play sequencing by the Guelph offensive coaches.
Gryphons coming into this game with an 8-1 record so far this season, and maybe that will give them the momentum that they need. Here's the thing about the Junior Gryphons. You talked about those U14 buys in games against the Junior Griffs, the regular season game near the end, and then obviously the playoff game. Guelph's full of heart. I'm going to tell you this Guelph team ain't going away, but this Quinte team is going to have to earn it. But I'll tell you, the Skyhawks have also earned it. They played great. Oh, onside kick here, and the Gryphons, did they get it?
No, it didn't go 10 yards, so Quinte picked it up at the 9-yard line and just fell on it. You just got to get there. It's a great
It's
call.
worth a shot.
Yep.
Why not?
I love that muddle huddle, kind of short kick. Quite often what happens, we saw it yesterday, I can't remember the game, but it was like they lined the first guy up on the hash mark and the other guy on the other hash mark, and then guys outside, they're expecting the kick on the outside towards the numbers. I'm like, just kick it right down the middle and have your kicker run down and pick it up. Nobody's there.
Skyhawks coming out on offense here, leading 20-6 with 3:58 to go in the third quarter of this championship game here at Western University. And we're going to go back to the ground game for the Skyhawks, and it's a good run here, and that's going to be a first down for Quinte.
Yeah, and again, he makes the first man miss and the second man miss. It's number 24, the carry. Look at, you got a guy firing through here. I think it's this linebacker coming through. Fires through. Oh, it was the defensive lineman. He had him in the backfield. Couldn't quite wrap him up. That's a big back down there, number 23. These are big football players for Quinte.
They sure are.
You don't realize the size of it.
At 13 years old.
Yeah.
At
these are
13 years
massive.
old. First down for the Skyhawks here, and it's a pitch coming around to the left side. There's a little bit of room there. Looks like there's a flag on the field. Probably an illegal block.
Is that ball down? Guelph's got it, but I think it was down on, I don't know if it's fumble. I think the ground caused the fumble. This is going to be a holding call against Quinte. This is going to be coming back unless they say he fumbled the ball.
We got a couple of flags on the field, one about the 37-yard line, one about the 23-yard line. There was space there. There was certainly space there, perhaps because of the block or the hold. However, the speed and the power
They're
in the
they're saying he fumbled it. This is going to be Guelph ball.
The Junior Gryphons, boy, is that a break that maybe they needed, getting a turnover.
If we could just get that replay one more time here, Adam, I was looking at the holding call. So there's the hold on the outside. He does strip it. So whoever this tackler is coming in at the very end here, right here, is that 23?
22.
22. He's got his hand on the ball, and he pulls it away. That ball is out before he hit the ground, and it's recovered by the Gryphons. And now you've got huge momentum on your side to get back in this game.
Shout out to you, Avin Ruparelia. Great play for the Junior Gryphons as they take possession here. Sean Faulkner, the head coach of the U18 Junior Gryphons, coming into the broadcast booth here. They will play at 7 o'clock tonight against the Huronia Stallions. Big turnover there for the Junior Griffs as they look to keep building momentum. There's a flag on the field as Fraser Martaller-Wallace makes the catch.
I think Quinte jumped offside. I think they crossed that line and weren't able to get back there. If we can just see that one more time. So this is what we're seeing here. Yep. So it was the defensive end at the top side. It's just a simple pitch and catch. I'll take the 5 yards on the penalty and replay first down, which is exactly what the Gryphons are decided to do here. So
2:43.
with all the momentum in the world on their side now.
If they could ever get points off this turnover, that would obviously be huge for Guelph as we approach the end of the third quarter. Cummings in the shotgun in this play about the 25-yard line goes for a handoff here. Nice little move as he picks up about first down yardage for the Junior Gryphons. So like you say, small plays can lead to big results.
Yeah, if you consistently get 4 or 5 yards of play, you're going to have a lot of success in the game. That time they showed a lot of pressure. They had showed 5 guys up and a linebacker. They dropped the wrong guy off, and they basically ran it where he dropped off, and Guelph was able to get a blocker on him and popped a big run.
Cummings once again in the shotgun here. This time he fakes the handoff, goes to the near side, and a great tackle there from the Skyhawks, Daniel Logel. We've said his name a couple of times today. Kid's playing well.
Yeah, we talked about it the very first game to I imagine the last game today that we're going to talk about. Open field tackling. The tackling from these teams has been outstanding. If you want to have a championship caliber team, work on tackling every single day.
Great open field tackle there from Daniel Logel, bringing a minimal gain for the Junior Gryphons. Second down here, Cummings fires it again, and that one is broken up. Hit there on Fraser Martaller-Wallace.
A lot of pressure being showed here by Quinte. You can see both their linebackers showing, one guy dropping off. So they're saying we're going to send 5, we're going to show 6 up, but we're going to make you guess which guy is coming clear. Very similar to the Guelph 3-3 defense that they've run for years at the university. So I like the concept, but you better get home if you're going to do that.
3rd and 5 here for the Gryphons, looking to capitalize on the turnover created by Avin Ruparelia earlier on. There's Cummings with a quick strike there, and that's going to be a first down for Guelph.
Again, just look at it's easy completions. It's catch the ball, make your read. Is he there? Get rid of the ball. It's just a very simple concept. It's just it's a slant. That's all it is. You're trying to get some blockers out front. It's an easy completion, and you get 7 more yards. Again, clock is ticking, but you're getting big chunks of yards here.
2-possession game here as we wind down in the third quarter. 21-6 for Quinte, but the Gryphons with the ball looking to make some noise here. Close the gap a little bit heading into the fourth. Cummings going back to the air on this play. Fires one deep to the near side, and that one's going to fall incomplete just inside the Quinte 40-yard line. Never really a chance for the receiver to make a play on that ball run.
Not really, and again, you're running that wheel concept again. There it comes down and out and up. So you're trying to get that switch with this kind of down, out, and up kind of action happening here with the wheel. It's a really, really tough concept to defend. I like the play design, but with the pressure coming, I don't know if you got the time to throw that shot downfield yet.
Final play of the third quarter. The clock is at zeros. Griff's looking for a big play here to finish out the third. It's a quick pass over the middle. That one's going to be caught.
He's got a chance here.
He's got a bit of room. He's got a bit of room on that left side. Junior Gryphons will close out the third quarter with a huge gain. And don't look now, folks. We got a big fourth quarter coming up. Guelph is driving down by 15 points. We got ourselves a ball game here on London Football TV.
Adam, we're going to get this replay one more time here if we can. I want to show you they're creeping the linebacker up. And basically what Guelph is doing is they're throwing it to where he's not. Watch this guy creep up. The tight end just releases, and he's right there. It's wide open. There we go.
Cole Shannon, number 39, made that play, and he had a big game last week as well in the Gryphons semifinal win, which got them here to Western. Guelph had back-to-back home games at Alumni Stadium. Took care of business on their home turf. Alumni Stadium in Guelph, not to confuse it with Alumni Stadium here in London. If you're looking for a stadium name in the future, don't call yours Alumni Stadium to avoid potential confusion.
I can give you a couple names of stadiums. I'd love a couple names.
So Guelph is at the 25-yard line here to start the fourth quarter.
We want to get this up to $83,000 by the end of this game, guys.
Snap bounces, but Cummings finds space. Cummings takes off. He's going to take it down near the 10-yard line. A play where he made something out of nothing. That ball was on the turf, and then it was on the 10-yard line.
What a smart heads-up play. Look at 1, 2, 3 defenders all going where the ball was going to go. The play was designed to be a toss play to the right. He saw everybody chasing it. It's like, nope, let's just get what we can out of this. Turns into a big play and a first down for the Gryphons inside the 15-yard line.
Gryphons back into the red zone. They are on the 14-yard line. First down here. Gryphons starting to make some noise. 11:30 and ticking here in the U14 AA championship game. Cummings in the shotgun. Looks like he's going to go back to the air. Flips it over there. And it's going to be caught and taken inside the 10, so a pickup of about 4 or 5 yards for the Junior Griffs.
Yeah, they're going to mark him down about the 9-yard line for a gain of 5. Again, lots of pressure coming. Just flip it to the guy who's open. Dropping 6 in the coverage, sending 5 with 1 spy in there, and not able to get home. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to show that amount of pressure, you've got to get home there if you're Quinte.
Gryphons come to the line, 2nd and 4 on the Skyhawks 8-yard line. Cummings with a handoff to the left side. The ball's on the turf, and Quinte recovers. What a turn of events. 1 minute you think the Griffs are driving. The next minute, the Skyhawks, they're soaring, baby.
Again, they showed the pressure. I said, you better get home if you're going to get there. Here it comes, here it comes. 23 gets through, punches the ball, 91 gets through, 20 punches the ball through, and 23 picks it up. There's a big drive from Guelph, turned away at the last minute. 10:42 left, and now, if you're Quinte, just get a couple first downs.
Graydon Chapman, number 91, punches it out. Daniel Logo, who we've said many, many times today, is the one who recovers, and what a huge play that is for Quinte to steal momentum back just when you thought the Junior Gryphons were coming down to potentially score and make it a one-possession game. You blink, the ball is on the turf, and just like that, the Skyhawks have the ball.
Watch the pressure coming from the edge here. 2 guys take the edge player, and the B-gap player fires through untouched. That is the difference in this game. It's the adjustment that this defense has made to be able to force Quinte away from that power run game. They've been able to nullify that in the late in the second quarter, and pretty much for all the third quarter as well. Referees
signaling for a timeout.
Timeout Quinte.
Timeout Quinte.
Timeout Guelph. Are they allowing? Is it timeout Guelph or allowing the player to come in?
This is what I can tell you. The clock has stopped. So somebody, either the black team or the white team, has called timeout.
Injured player.
Injured player. That is why. 9:48 to go here at Alumni Stadium on the campus of Western University. And what an incredible weekend this has been. Game 11 here on London Football TV. Thank you to our fearless leader, Adam Melrose. He has done an outstanding job, not only on play-by-play, not only producing, but he has supplied the best pizza you can imagine. Him and his crew have done a great job here this weekend at Western. We thank Adam for all he does with London Football TV. Make sure you like and subscribe to his YouTube channel. The views have been absolutely phenomenal this weekend. And to 519 Sports as well. We are the highlight gang. We are the interviews. We're down to the field getting all those fun shots. We almost got caught a couple of times in the mosh pit this weekend. I don't know if you've seen that, Ron.
Yeah,
Maybe you missed it yesterday. But Nathan and I were down there. And
no, I was here for that game.
Were you here for that one?
I'm like, where did he go?
Where did Darren go? Darren
everybody just go around
vanished
it.
into a Warrior mosh pit is exactly what it was. All right, let's resume play here. 9:40 to go in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a handoff, and I think we can expect to see a lot of this as he breaks through and finds a little bit of room on the left side. He's got a chance, Ron. He's down the far side, and he's still free, spinning away from defenders.
Wow.
And what a run that is, from deep in his own end all the way down to almost, it looks like, the Gryphons' 30 to 35 yard line.
Yeah, they're gonna mark him down at the 35-yard line. That is just it's a 45, like, as we see a Canadian fly over the stadium.
We have geese, folks.
We have all kinds of geese flying over the stadium right now and over the stands. Fortunately, there's a Guelph player that's injured behind the play. Look at that's this big 65-yard run for this young man.
It's huge.
That's backbreaking. You know, you've got him pinned deep, and again, you're showing you've had success stopping that run in the second half. But much like that Cumberland game yesterday, when you have 8 guys within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage, if you don't make that stop right away, there's no one there to make it after he gets through.
Carlos Emiliano Gutierrez Pedraza, we have said his name a couple of times today. He's had a great game. Trayvon Koch also has a touchdown for Quinte. They have a couple of running backs. They're not a one-headed monster back there. They got 2 or 3 running backs that are big, that are powerful, that can make things happen. And that's obviously been one of the major differences here today. It's just that power and that speed and that ability to rip off big plays on the ground. It's really hurt the Junior Gryphons. And just when you thought they were right back in this game, not to say the game is over. There's 9 minutes left in a Canadian football game.
No.
9 minutes a Canadian football game is a lifetime. But boy, momentum sure has switched quickly here to Quinte as it's another run play here. Gets to the outside, looking for room to run, and it's another good pickup here. Is he going to find the end zone? He is! It's a touchdown for the Skyhawks. From one end to the field to the other, that might be the dagger. Skyhawks extend the lead.
Yeah, you're basically now you're at the point for if you're Guelph, you need to score on every possession you get the ball, and you cannot allow another single point. This is just a big power run. They're able to collapse it inside. Again, when we just roll this one more time, Adam, appreciate it. Watch the blocking on the edge coming up here. So we're rolling this. There's your block. There's your block. There's a block upfield. And then nobody is outside. You broke the first line of defense. Nobody's there at the second level. Snap is down. The kick is away, and it is good. And we're back to a 3-score game.
How impressed are you with Quinte? You know what? I'll be totally honest. It's a team that I have not seen over the course of the season. I know you haven't. And that's what makes this fun. Don't get me wrong as well, to see different teams and their skill and their players and the ability of those players is what I love about, covering football and being involved in football. But I'm going to tell you, top to bottom, this Quinte team has been sensational today.
Yeah, these guys are serving notice for the next 3 to 4 years at the AA level that we're coming, we're here. And what stands out to me about this team, I'm just going to say it point blank, they're massive.
Yeah.
Their offensive line, like we saw the game earlier today with the U18 Quinte team. This U14 offensive line is the same size of their U18 team. I mean, these guys are massive.
Big kids creating big holes for those running backs to run through, and that's been a huge thing here today. Little
This
kickoff
live ball,
here.
live ball.
It's there.
Oh, boy.
The Gryphons will recover, luckily.
I want to tell you what a smart heads-up play this is by number 24. This ball's about to be recovered, and number 24 swats it back towards his own player. Not forward, backwards. Understanding, get out of the way from those guys. I know I got another man deep. Man, I'm impressed with the intelligence and composure of both these teams. That was such a heads-up football play.
David Samuel sure pounced on that ball at the last second there. Number 12 for the Junior Gryphons to make sure that they could maintain possession.
Who's number 24 for the Griffs? Because that's the guy that made that play.
Fraser Martaller Wallace.
Yeah, you know what?
Outstanding wide receiver. That kid's got a bright future as well.
Wow, it's little things like that that impress me. I've coached wide receivers at a pretty high level for a long time. One of the things, when we said, look at your receivers better find work. One of the first things I'd always tell my receivers, and Cam Melrose played receiver for me at one point, and he can attest he's heard this speech. Let's say there's 50 offensive plays. We want to be a balanced team. 25 runs, 25 pass. There's 5 receivers on the field. You're going to maybe get the ball 5 times in the game. What are you going to do the other 45 plays to stay on the field? It's plays like that, having an awareness for the game and the know-withal of what to do and listening to your coaches when they instruct you. That's the difference between a good player and a great player.
Details.
Yes.
It's a simple word that means a lot. Details, and it can sure make a big difference. Cummings in the shotgun. Now they just really have to go to the air, and that one gets tossed away here on the near side. The intended receiver was the only touchdown scorer for the Junior Gryphons today. That's Samuel Orachukwu, but that one falls incomplete on the near side.
And again, they've got a physical mismatch with him out there on the defensive back. He's got about 6 or 8 inches on him height-wise, but just not being able to get that steady completion with these guys. Good pressure. Here they come again.
2nd and 10. Pressure coming from the Skyhawks. Cummings launches one deep, and getting twisted around there was the Gryphons receiver, and that one will also fall incomplete, bringing up 3rd down.
Number 2 point about playing receiver. Don't stop running your route. Do not run backwards. See how he stopped and turned and started running backwards? Take a couple more steps upfield. It's easier to come back to the ball than try to run backwards and put your hands up and catch it. Finish the route.
A little bit of tick-tock on the clock here for the Junior Gryphons, down 28-6 with 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. You're watching the U14AA Sandy Ruckstuhl Cup Championship game here on London Football TV. Gryphons needing to get things going here. Cummings pulls it back, pulls it down, looking downfield. He's going to run for it, and he's going to come up a yard or 2 short of a 1st down. But I got to tell you, Ron, I think the Junior Griffs might be in 4-down territory.
Wow, I think they were in 4-down territory, even if it was 4th and 10 there at this point of the game. 7:52 left. You're down 3 scores. You got to count. We might get the ball 3 times. This is being one of them. You need to score on every one of your possessions to have it to come through.
I think there's a good possibility that we look back at this game afterwards and call the London Football TV turning point the fumble and the recovery down this end here. I think that was just such a huge play in the game, especially given what ended up happening with the Skyhawks coming down the field.
It's a 14-point swing at that point.
It really is. You think Guelph's back in it, and all of a sudden it changes just like the snap of your fingers. Cummings running to his right. He's looking to fire, running for the 1st down. It looks like he's going to get it. Nice run there from Cummings. Getting out of bounds as well, not turning back, just getting out of bounds, getting that 1st down, stopping that clock.
Smart heads-up awareness by everyone playing for Guelph. I'm really impressed with these U14s taking the coaching that they're doing, that these guys are trying to give them. I know it's a really good coaching staff over there, but you've got to have the players that are willing to accept the coaching that they're getting.
And listen.
Yes.
Right?
Such a huge thing. Man, it's an underrated skill. Listen to what your coaches tell you to do.
About to hit 7 minutes. in the fourth quarter as the Junior Griffs look to build a little bit of anything here. Cummings going deep. There's an open man on the far side, and that's a nice catch and a big gain for the Junior Griffs as he hauls it in there on about the 38-yard line, it looks like, of the Skyhawks.
Yeah, 38-yard line. Unfortunately, I think he came down on the ball.
Do you think, or his back maybe? Oh, yeah, looks like you're
on
right.
his side or something, but
For sure.
I think it's the wind knocked out of him there. He's a great high point in that ball there.
Yeah, really nice catch.
And again, we kind of said this, that there's a physical mismatch there. He's got about 6 inches on that other kid. When he jumps up into the air, that 6 inches becomes 9, 10, 11 real quick. It's as a defensive back, like you're kind of looking at things going, there's nothing I can do about that. He's going to catch the ball.
$130. Do you know what I'm talking about, Ron?
Yes, I do.
There, he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Come on. We want that number. The higher that number, half to you, half to your
Oh, boy.
club.
I cannot believe that Adam Melrose, who runs London Football Television, has given Ron a telestrator.
Yes, he has.
I have now seen it all.
Years telling him, dude, you got to make a touch screen for me.
You know what? Buy him a new one if you win the $41,000. Would
Darn right I am.
Gryphons come to the line on the 39-yard line. It's going to be a handoff here to the left side, and Quinte just swallows that up. Good tackle there.
Yeah, really good tackle. And again, they're just expanding. The defense is just playing smart football. You've got 5 up. You're dropping 1. Well, that time they don't. But look at the linebackers just flowing across, wrapping up and making the tackle after the gain of about 3.
2nd and 8 now for the Junior Gryphons. 5:50 on the clock here at Alumni Stadium. Cummings is going to go to the air here. Escapes the pressure, rolling to his right. Trying to find an open receiver downfield, and he just can't connect there at the 25-yard line, and that ball will fall incomplete, bringing up 3rd down.
Cummings does a good job. Like when he's scrambling, one of the things I told quarterbacks for you, and it's fundamentals. Look, square your shoulders. Watch him square his shoulder to throw that ball. It's where he's supposed to be. The receiver's got to settle down. Settle down. Let him complete the pass to you. I know you're trying to make a play. Just stop running at that point. Give him a solid target.
I'll tell you, Josh Cummings puts a lot of time into his craft, and he's going to be a great high school quarterback. He's going into District 10 football in Guelph this fall, and he's going to be a difference maker over the next couple of years. He attends, or he will attend anyways, St. James High School in Guelph. And if you're looking for a kid that's passionate about football, even though today has not gone the Junior Gryphons' way, keep an eye on Josh Cummings. He cares about it. He does a good job. He works hard at it, and he's got a lot of good players around him here with the U14 Junior Gryphons as well. This is a talented group. And, Ron, you're going to get to see the U18 AA Junior Gryphons here in the next game. They'll play the Huronia Stallions in the Sandy Ruckstuhl Cup starting at 7 o'clock. But Guelph football certainly on the rise, absolutely. They have a lot of young stars coming up, including Fraser Martyler-Wallace and Malone. Tons of kids that love the game. And let's see if they can finish strong here as Cummings will pull it back, takes off to his left side. He's going to look to, and that one is just swatted away. Boy, the Skyhawks defense, they just make big plays.
All they do is everything they're supposed to do.
Exactly that.
It sounds like so cliche, but they're in the right position. They're bringing their pressure. They're tackling. They're getting their hand. If they can't get there, what do your defensive line tell you to do? Get your hands up. Knock the ball down. They're doing everything. All they do is everything they're supposed to do. They're I'm telling you, when these guys rolled up here today and these came on the sidelines, I kind of looked at the sheet again twice and went, this is U14? These guys are like, I can't stress to you the size of these guys, how big their offensive and defensive line is, and they got 2 backs that can absolutely run the 40.
And that was 4th down. That was 4th and 4 for the Junior Gryphons.
And that might have been your last chance.
And that's a turnover on downs, and Quinte has the ball, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen for exactly the next 4 minutes. I am going to pass the microphone over to Adam Melrose. I have to get down on the field to do my on-field duties for the post-game, which we've been doing all weekend. But a pleasure to be with you, Ron. Thanks for the call. And I'm going to give it over to Adam here to wrap up this game with 3 and a bit to go. 28-6 Quinte. Looks like the Skyhawks are going to soar back to the 6-1-3 with an OSFL title.
Yeah, this has been just a fantastic day, and Mr. Stevenson, just a great job. Looking forward to the next one as well. The final game of the evening, the U18 Sandy Ruckstuhl Cup at 7 p.m. The Huronia Stallions making their first appearance today against the Guelph Gryphons. And I'm just going to say this now, it's going to be a whole lot easier to see the numbers on those red and gold jerseys than it is in the all black jerseys.
That's always a hope, Ron. But, yeah, these red numbers on the Guelph.
It's a sharp look, but it's tough to see.
It looks nice, but they're reflective. So, yeah, it's interesting. But hats off to Darren Stevenson, who's going to head down and do his sideline magic. And we'll take you guys through the rest of this game. Ron, I know you guys have been pushing this. We just breached over $82,010.
There you go. There you go. There you go, guys. Let's erase that. That is $41,000 to whoever's name gets pulled tonight. Let's try to get it a little bit higher tonight. I'm not sure when the draw is, Adam, but I know there's not much time left.
I'll pull
to
the
get
numbers.
Your tickets.
It'll be during the next game for sure. Well, Quinte leading this one 28-6.
Full marks to Quinte. They've absolutely the offensive and defensive line to this game have been the untold story. Quinte early, Guelph's made a great adjustment going to that 4-man front, but they went, okay, if you're going to clog up the middle, we'll just go off tackle.
Well, Quinte again sending a couple guys in motion here. Let's hand this off to the back who's got the edge. He's got the first down here, Ron, and could break one. Nope, finally brought down right at the half. Really nice tackle here, but first down, Quinte.
Yeah, and again, number 24, he's been the bell cow kind of all day. There's the two of them, 23 and 24. He was running it inside with the power where they're getting the pullers. Now they've stacked that box. It's just it's off edge, and you can't play, like I was saying to Daryl earlier, you can't defend both styles of play on the same play. You kind of got to sell out to do one or the other, and they're not guessing the right one. Darren, sorry.
All good. Hey, and I'll take you through this play, and I'll let you know we were getting a little bit of messaging from Sherbs while you were talking earlier. This ball's fumbled, but Quinte's going to fall back on this one. I got a message from Coach Dylan Sherville, said, just tell Ron FIRP, sir, FERP, for this game, and he wanted me to get that to you. I don't know if silently or on the broadcast, but it's out there now, which just basically means run power.
Yes.
So 2:48 on the clock here. Quinte with possession. Really could just keep chugging the ball along on the ground here, Ron, and just march this one down, maybe put one more in and put this game to bed.
I don't even care about scoring another touchdown. Basically, if my guy breaks it, I'm going to tell him to fall down after he gets the first down. I want to chew the clock. I just want to get out of here at this point.
Yeah.
You got a new running back in.
Hey, good pressure from the Guelph Gryphons, and we get a TFL here.
New quarterback as well. I think they've changed up their offense a little bit here. They've got their backups in. You know what? Great job. Let's get everybody some reps. Everybody hopped on that bus and was able to drive down the 401 and make the 5-hour trek from the Peterborough area.
Belleville.
It's Belleville, actually. Sorry.
So you don't have to go up the 115. You just stay on the old 401 and head this way.
That's you got to make it through Toronto, though.
Yeah, as the Quinte Skyhawks still looking to put this one on the ground. New running back here. He's got the speed. Gets a couple here, but this will bring up fourth down, Ron.
But, I'm not bringing my punt team in. I want to run 10 or 15 seconds off. Mm-hmm. Oh, they are going to bring their punt team in. So I would have given the young man one more carry there. Just, let's get a better chance in there of trying to run some clock. The final result of this game, the numbers may be a little bit different, but, Quinte's going to win this game.
Well, back to return this. Looks like number 15 and number 24 for the Guelph Gryphons. So we know at least that's Fraser Matharlo-Wallace. And really high punt here. This is going to come down around the 40.
This is the onside guy.
On the numbers, and it's going to bounce out of bounds, which really he just needed to touch that, and it would have been his possession. But Guelph getting another chance at this with 1:37 on the clock, Ron. Quinte still leading this one, of course, 28-6.
Yeah, and it's from start to finish. It was no score in the first quarter, and then Quinte got on that big run there, and it was like, uh-oh. And you could kind of see the body language on the Guelph bench change a little bit at that point, going, uh-oh, we can't stop what we knew we had to stop.
Yeah. Well, and the Guelph Gryphons, again, that's one thing I really liked. Even last weekend at York University, teams, in close games, in blowouts, the team that's not winning has still had gas in the tank late in the game. Nobody's been quitting. It's been really great to see as Guelph getting set up here. I think we need to get a receiver up on the line. Yeah, and I think they're just going to let that go here as quarterback rolls out to the right side, gets rid of this one, Ron. Oh, and it just on the fingertips of the receiver.
This is kind of the story of today. The plays have been there. They just haven't quite been able to execute it because of the pressure being applied by the defense or the offense for Quinte. Like I said, full marks to Quinte, who's like their offensive and defensive lines. Like, man, give the MVP award to those guys. Either or. I know it's going to probably go to one of the running backs for Quinte. Guelph has had a number of solid defensive players and offensive players. The executives got a really tough decision of who to give the awards to on the next one.
Well, I know something you don't know, Ron. I just got the MVPs texted to me.
All right, there you go.
There you go. As quarterback Cummings finds his man in the backfield who's out on a little scamper up the field. Nice catch and run for the Guelph Junior Gryphon. $1:25 on the clock.
If you're ever watching football and you see the referee who is just off the screen there, unfortunately, there he is, watch him put his hand back, which you didn't really see, but he turned to the bench and pointed backwards. That means it's a backward lateral and it's a live ball. Substitutions coming in for Quinte, making sure everybody gets on the field. Nice little dump-off pass over there to the Gryphons. Gain of about 4. That's going to bring down a 3rd down and about 2 here, Adam. 4th down and 2.
And same thing, obviously we got some change-ups here. We got guys, these will be future junior Gryphons next year playing Ron. Clock's wound in. We're going to dip down here to the 1 minute mark as Cummings tosses this one to the left, and we got big man running this ball. He's got the first down. He's trucking down the field, taking 1, 2, 3 Quinte Skyhawks with them. First down, Junior Gryphons.
Yeah, that's a guy who's been blocking or tackling all year long. It's like, I just want to carry the ball a couple times, Coach.
Noah Baggio.
Yeah.
Give the man the ball. Let him go for a run.
Big man rumbling. As a big man myself, you got to love that.
This is accurate. Well, injury timeout, quick here for Quinte Skyhawks as the Guelph Junior Gryphons in the huddle.
I'll be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. This is one of the surprising results today. Because we really didn't know anything about Quinte coming into this game, other than we knew that they were going to run the ball. That was kind of what we got. Guelph,
timeout, Quinte.
Guelph, we knew was a dynamic offense. We got their stats. Go to 519 Sports, and you can see a lot of those Guelph highlights. And you knew what they were going to do, how they moved the ball, and what they wanted to do today. That was their game plan.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially at this age group, the size of the player in the fight make the fight.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I was really excited when I knew we were going to have Darren from 519 here. He's very connected to this Guelph team. He covers them. He covers the Lions. He covers the Waterloo Junior Warriors. He covers Woodstock. He covers Brantford. So his crew cover a minimum, 5 teams on the regular and then whomever they're playing. So, it was interesting. It doesn't matter. Even last year, the guys doing the games in Kingston, the complaint's always like, oh, the announcers are just homers for the East, right? And even we've got a whole bunch of DMs from people saying like, oh, these guys only know the West. This is an example of I reached out to probably 30 different people, and Darren stepped up because he's like, no, I know these teams. I'll jump on. And it's been a blessing to have him here on the play-by-play. He's down on the field getting ready for this as Guelph Gryphons send everybody. And Cummings is in trouble. He gets out of it. Is he going to let this go or just keep it, Ron? He's trying to get the sideline. He does. A flag flies, and he goes out of bounds here up at around the 30. But we'll see what that flag's all about, Ron.
Well, it came out pretty much right away, so I don't know if it's right around the line of scrimmage, so I don't know if it's an offside or an illegal formation. We're waiting to see what the gentleman in the white hat has to say, but it's thrown by that side judge, and it was pretty much right away. So it is against Quinte. They pointed at Quinte twice. So leave the spot. Where'd the ball go out of bounds? Because they walked that back. Offside against Quinte.
So he got pushed out of bounds near the 30.
Move it back. We're just going to move it up 5 yards and replay the down, I guess. Okay. 40 seconds left to go in the ball game. Skyhawks up 28-7. Look at that number up there, guys.
82,
Come on.
380. We can get it up to 85,000. Let's go.
Come on.
83 at least.
That was
Guelph.
my goal at the start of the game was 83.
Yeah, 40 seconds on the clock here, Ron. The Quinte fans are electric right now. The stands on our side are shaking pretty good as Cummings drops back. He's got a couple guys coming, taken down in the backfield.
Yeah. And again, that time they got home, but this is the classic coverage sack. There was nowhere for him to throw this ball.
Yeah.
He's scanning. He's doing everything he can. The guys are fighting. This is just lockdown coverage downtown. You talk about you hear it quite often in the NFL. You want the defensive backfield and the defensive line to work in unison. That time it really did.
25 seconds on the clock. Cummings dropping back, sends this one deep on the boundary side, and it looks to be picked off by the Quinte Skyhawks.
It is.
It is, and that should be all she wrote, Mr. Ron.
I don't know if they're going to just say, they're saying just take a knee, wave it through. Not sure yet. They are having their players come on the field. Well, again, they had their backups up there earlier, so let's give them another rep or two. Why not? I don't mind that in that case.
Yeah.
As we see in the far end, Adam, a very large contingency of purple and yellow.
I feel like we're at a Western game right now. Laurier's in that end zone.
Stallions.
Yeah, that's a mean look.
Rolled into the stadium.
Yeah, very, very mean look.
It's the last game, Adam. We're both kind of tired, to say the least. Man, I said to you when we were talking on Wednesday. I said, this last game here is the one I kind of look at and went, this might be the best one.
Yeah. Well, yesterday's last game was pretty spectacular, Ron. We'll see if we can repeat this effort again. So they're just going to let this roll down. Little victory formation here, Ron.
The sexiest playing football, my friend.
3, 2, 1. Game over. Your U14 AA Sandy Ruckstuhl Cup champions are the Quinte Skyhawks with a 28-6 win here at Western University. Ron, hit me up with some thoughts on this game,
I'm
sir.
going to say a couple things. You and I have no affiliation to Guelph, and we might have sounded like a homer broadcast. Darren does a lot of the stuff for the Guelph Gryphons. I'm going to throw a lot of credit to Guelph. Look, we saw that in the game that was previous to this. The game kind of got out of hand. People are pushing and shoving. It's chippy and everything else. The last play of the game, the defensive line stood up and shook the offensive lineman's hands.
Classy.
That is a class organization. I know it's not the result you guys wanted today, and it's kind of heartbreaking, but you battled hard. Today you got beat by a little bit team that was a little bit better. That's all.
And hey, you worked hard all season long. You got yourself here. That's true for both of these teams. And, the boys in white, black, and neon here today, Ron, showed up and emerged victorious. But fun game to watch. Fun. I only get to call the last 3 minutes of it, but that is a mean look on the far side of the field for sure with Huronia coming in.
Massive size of a team. Yeah. That's a big, holy cow, those guys are big.
Well, we're about 22 minutes away from the final. 12 out of 12 games for this OSFL Championship weekend. We'll have the coach, Ron Ferwerda, myself for a little bit, Darren Stevenson and 519 Sports back on that call too. And that stream will go live at 7. We'll take a brief break right now until the hardware ceremony in the end zone. While you got a little break, please like and subscribe to London Football TV. It certainly helps out the channel. I want to appreciate all the new members who joined the YouTube channel this weekend. That helps us put these broadcasts on and buy Ron cool things like Telestrators, and certainly scan that QR code and get a piece of that $82,380 at a minimum $10 ticket's going to send half of that money to your club, and you could win a boatload of money.
How much
on
time
a football
is left?
Sunday.
I think we got to be in less than an hour.
Yeah, I just had that open. So you've got 21 minutes and 38 seconds left.
You got to get that up. Come on, give.
Yeah, absolutely.
You sound like one of those guys running the Labor Day telethon.
Yeah, so we'll take a quick break here, and we'll be right back with the trophy ceremony. Well, we're going to go defensive MVP to start. Thank you, sir. Here in the end zone, we've got the OSFL board members ready to award a little bit of hardware. Started here with the defensive MVP, and that's going to go to number 18, Marcus Malone of the Guelph Junior Gryphons. Defensive MVP here in the U14AA Sandy Ruckstuhl Cup. Once again, a big congratulations to number 18, Marcus Malone of the Junior Gryphons. And the offensive MVP, Carlos Emiliano Gutierrez Pedraza, the offensive MVP for the Quinte Skyhawks. And we'll call the captains in here of the Quinte Skyhawks, who are now your 2026 Sandy Ruckstuhl U14 AA champions. Congratulations to the players, the coaches, the volunteers, the parents, and everybody who got them to this championship dance today. We'll stand by now for Darren Stevenson down on the sidelines, we'll wrangle up a player here from the Quinte Skyhawks, and we'll get a little sideline post-game interview. Again, while we're at it, please head on over to 519 Sports. This interview will likely be posted there later. Of course, you can come back and watch this stream as well, but we'll certainly get a little one-on-one time with the 519 Sports crew and some guys here from the Quinte Skyhawks. We're getting a little hardware down on the sideline. We're getting our OSFL hats. And Darren, who has braved these amazing groups of gentlemen down on the sidelines all day, he's been part of the mosh pit with a couple of teams. Darren, if you got me, take it away, sir.
They are quite excited down here, Adam. Carlos Gutierrez is the MVP today. The U14 AA Quinte Skyhawks are the champions here at Western University. How amazing was this win? You guys played so well. You played such a complete game, Carlos.
So it was a great game. We did our best. Nothing to say, just congratulations. That's all.
Certainly Skyhawk crowd here today. What's the best part about playing for this team? Look around. All of these guys are here. You all support each other. You're all proud to be for the 613. What's the best part about being a Skyhawk?
The best part of being a Skyhawks is being part of the team. So I'm not from here. I'm from Mexico, and they received me like another guy from Canada. So I'm very grateful with that.
You're a proud Canadian now, my friend, and you're a proud champion here in the OSFL. Congratulations on a great game. Quickly, a word on the offense and then a word on the defense. You guys were so good in your tackles today.
Thanks, coach. So
what happened with the offense?
what you mean by
How did the offense execute?
we did amazing.
Okay.
The whole line did good blocks, and that's all I have to say.
Here's what I will say to you. Thank you, MVP. Quinte Skyhawks, U14 AA champions here at Western University. Bring that trophy in. He's going to show us the trophy as I head out of the shot. Hoist it up, boys.
Once again, congratulations to the 2026 U14 AA Quinte Skyhawks, the Sandy Ruckstuhl U14 AA champions. Ladies and gentlemen, on London Football TV, we'll be back shortly in about 15 minutes with the final 12th game of the weekend. The Huronia Stallions taking on the Guelph Junior Gryphons here live on London Football TV.